Welcome back to JB Reviews. I have a 2023 Chevy Silverado High Country and I have my 2024 High Country here, and I wanted to show you guys some of the updates that they did, because honestly I'm actually surprised by how much differences there are apart from the interior. So special shout out to Seiner Chevrolet here in Salt Lake City. If you are in the market, be sure to check these guys out. They have a great line of inventory, and let them know you saw the video. This is the window sticker for the 2023, and I want to show you guys just some of the options on this truck. Now all in, this truck is $87,040. This is the same build for 2024. Since my truck doesn't have a diesel, this is just a reference for the price. So price isn't much different, and I built these trucks identical. But just take note of the wheels that you get standard. They are slightly different. My truck has an upgraded wheel, which you'll see here in a second. But I pretty much did the exact same builds, and all in price is $88,685 versus $87,040. Let's start with the 2023. Now, whenever you get the High Country, you do get a premium front grille. So if you walk a little closer, you can see that they give you this bronze trim piece here, and they provide the bow tie as opposed to spelling out Chevrolet, kind of like how you see on this truck here. And LED reflective style headlights, incandescent turn signals up here, and then you have a LED accent light. The fog lights are kind of like in the center of that like grill piece area there. Bright chrome trim piece down below, and chrome tow hooks. You kind of can see the parking sensors, but for the most part this truck does have a pretty luxurious appearance. Now let's take a look at the 2024. As far as the grille goes, they did take away that bronze treatment that they did on the 2023s, and I'm actually happy that they did that because it really does clean it up, and I feel like that bronze doesn't match anything else on the truck. So this is definitely a nicer appearance. Now this is like a polished aluminum look here, although this is gonna be that bright chrome. Now something else I want to show you guys down below. Now this trim piece is like that polished aluminum look as well, chrome tow hooks, and notice how they did restyle the fog lights. I do like this look a little bit better. They're still a little bit smaller. They complete the trim piece with like a black and projector style headlights, so you have a different style for the LED strip, and I think the front end just looks more well put together as opposed to the 2023. Now I didn't say this earlier, but they did restyle the hood scoop for the 2024s. They added Chevrolet right here, and it's just like a little bit taller too. You can kind of see it. But I do like the overall design of both of these trucks, but I think the 24 just looks a little bit nicer. Something else to mention too is they do provide a sprayer for that front camera. That was added for 2024. Now on the side, because they did refresh the front end of the 2024s, there is a slight difference there. Now I won't say too much about the wheels because they both give you chrome wheels for 24 and 23. I just opted for a black wheel, so you can get the same wheel on this truck. But as far as the engines go, let's go ahead and pop the hood for both of the trucks. Although this is not specific to the High Country, it's still worth noting. They did upgrade the powertrains for the 2024 model year. So this truck does have 445 horsepower, 910 pound-feet of torque. If you get a 2024 with a diesel, it'll be 470 horsepower, 975 pound-feet of torque. And I have the gas engine configuration. So this engine now has the 10-speed Allison. If this truck had the gas engine, it would basically be the 6-speed, is it 6L90 I believe it is. But that's the notable changes for the powertrain. And let's go ahead and keep moving on. As far as the door handles go, it's gonna be the exact same thing. Chrome door handles. Same thing goes for the power deployable running boards. They're gonna be the exact same. Now as far as the trim piece on the side goes, you can see here, they only put 3500 HD. However, for 24, they decided to give you this long trim piece. Now it has some polished aluminum look to it. I still need to wash my truck, I just took the window sticker off of it, by the way, but I always, when I buy my trucks, I always ask them not to wash it because I like to do it myself. But this trim piece is new, basically. And something worth noting, in the past, if you got the gas engine, you never saw these emblems on here either, so it was just a plain black trim piece. But yeah, mirrors, all the same. Even the trim around the windows, they just give you this small chrome trim piece, but the rest of it's pretty much black. And that's pretty much everything. Now let's take a look at the tail lights, because that's the only difference out back. So on the 2023, these are going to be LED tail lights. However, your reverse light is going to be an incandescent bulb. Okay. On this side of the house, these are going to be full LED tail lights, and they should have animations just like the fronts. And you can see even around it, they added like this black trim piece. Now this one's going to be full red, so it does have a nicer appearance compared to the 2023s. But apart from that, again, like I said, there's not much differences on these trucks. Now, I do not have the multi-flex tailgate, so that is an option for both trucks. I just chose to skip that because I wanted the power function for it to go back up.
One thing worth noting, for 2024, you can get the midnight package on the High Country now. The only downside to this is you only can get black paint and the black interior, so the night shift blue is not available. And yeah, it does look pretty cool. Black grille, blacks out the running boards and all the trim pieces.
As far as the interior goes, I don't even have to show this to you because you guys know that this is where the biggest updates came. So if you get the High Country in 2023, it did upgrade the wood trim piece. You did get a more premium leather styling on the seats too. You can really see like the stitching, the perforated leather accents, just a little bit nicer. And here's the steering wheel, leather wrapped. Has like that bronze trim piece around it too. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the 2024. So with the overall appearance, you just have a nicer style overall. They refreshed the entire door card, and they did add this blue interior for 2024, which I love. And you can see some of the piping there, perforated leather, and you just get a more premium styling on the seats too. As far as the steering wheel goes, they still give you that bronze color right there, and the wood trim piece is a real wood. You can even feel some of the grain in the wood there. But yeah, soft touch, and it's just a nicer appearance. Even right here, they gave you like a leatherette. It's like perforated, and it just gives you a nice appearance for the door card. Now moving over to the side here, here's some of the trim, heads-up display, some of the controls. They did add a 12.3-inch screen for the cluster here. You still have that heads-up display, and then you got a larger screen here, which is a 13.4. This is the largest in this segment too, by the way. But these buttons are a carryover, which you'll see here in a second, and then you have these, which are an update. Now, one thing I want to point out is your charger is right there for your phone. Let's take a look at the 2023. So really quickly, here's some of the controls there. As I mentioned, heads-up display. You do have a screen right there in the center, but you still have the analog for the tacks. And for the charger, it's gonna be right here. I do like that they took this and put it in the center here, because that's actually probably like a safety upgrade, I would say, that they did, because you can't see the phone, and because you have wireless CarPlay, I think that was a good move on GM to put it right here. It's really smart. But overall, 8-inch screen, and then here's some of the controls. I mean, a lot of people hate on this interior. Like I've said in the past, this interior isn't awful. It's just boring. Like, there's nothing exciting about this interior. However, if you want a discount, you're gonna get a big discount on a truck like this. So that's why I recommend, if you are in the market, definitely give this a look up, because it's still a nice interior. You have heated and ventilated seats and dual climate control, navigation, as I said, you know, wireless Apple CarPlay. And for the most part, let's go ahead and start it up. Push button start. So here's just a navigation for reference. And just one last look around this interior. I like the seats in here. The seats still have that very premium look. And the last thing I'll show you guys is this right here. So this is the screen for the MPG. And let me go ahead and show it to you guys on my truck. This is something new that they added. You have these animations for the screens. Now push button start is kind of in a different spot, but this has all been restyled. But yeah, here's the MPG right there. And then this is going to be the navigation for the screen here. So they do use Google now, and it does have a nice appearance, and it's really easy to use. If you want to put in an address, things like that, super easy to do. Cancel. But yeah, check out just some of the overall interior design. As I said to you guys, this interior is definitely nicer. Like even like this large wood trim piece, this is just better thought out. In the previous truck, I felt like they kind of skimped out, I think, more or less. But here's this storage area here. It's just really nice, even them putting the High Country badge and just how they finished off this here. It's just so much nicer. Now as far as the rear goes, you still have a whole new interior. Now they did not finish this door card back here with that nice premium leather. I'm kind of bummed by that. But the storage in the back seat still there. A lot of things were a carryover. Now this has been restyled. And right here, this is kind of like a carryover too, which you'll see in a second. Oh yeah, by the way, they do finish like all this in hard plastic, but the front A-pillar has like a cloth material, kind of like this. No suede either. This is all finished in hard plastic, and this, I might as well just show it to you now. This is, like I said, this is like a cloth material, so I'm glad that they did that because it gives it like a nicer appearance. And I might have lied to you guys, these buttons actually look the same. Actually no, this is all different right here. It's a little bit nicer on the 2024s. But here's the seats. You still have the storage, which is no surprise. And door card. Not bad looking, it's just more hard plastics and it's not as clean as a new 2024. But let's go ahead and take a look at the Payload, and that'll pretty much end this video. Now I'm only showing you this for reference because these are two different trucks. Mine's a gas, this is a diesel, so gross fuel weight rating is going to be different. Front gross axle weight rating is going to be different. And yeah, it's going to be a slightly different truck compared to mine. So this truck has a payload of 3,697 pounds. Now some people said in the video I did for reviewing my truck that I had a low payload for a gas truck, but I'm still higher than a High Country with a diesel. So just keep that in mind. And this has a higher GVWR. And so here are the numbers for my truck. So you can see that axle is 4,800 pounds, but the rear gross axle rating is the same. But here's the payload, 3,800 pounds, and I'm sure, hopefully you guys saw the towing numbers on the diesel. I didn't point it out to you, but 16,000 conventional, 18.3 for Gooseneck fifth wheel. But that would pretty much complete the video. Like I said, I just wanted to show you just some of the differences because they still had a High Country here. They actually have 3 of these here. They have a white one, so if you are in the market for a 2023, I'm sure they're going to discount this truck pretty heavily to get rid of it. So be sure to reach out to Seiner here in Salt Lake City. Let them know you saw the video. See you guys soon.